What's up, people? TB Wolf here. Today, I'm going to bring you guys a 1650 ELO ranked game in solo queue, because maybe this will help people see what it's like down here, up here, or wherever you are in the ladder, and maybe just help you polish your play a bit, or just give you an entertaining game to watch that's casted and stuff. But whatever is new here, yeah, that's basically what this is going to be. So, as we can see, I'm Graves, AD bot. So, we're going Graves Straka lane against the Ezreal Nunu lane. Now, what happened in this game is, well, this game is a bit of a snowball because Ezreal DC'd from levels 1 to 3, but I still thought it was a good game to cast and post, because that's not too relevant, honestly. It did play a big part in the early game, but it's not like you can't come back from it or something. But yeah, this Riven said that she's going to gank bot at the start, but that kind of got thwarted due to that. But yeah, this is actually like one of the first games where I actually decided to just focus on CS, and so far it's actually worked. Because just focusing on CS and not harassing or kills, it gets you so much more gold in the long run, because every time you go for harass or kills, you miss like a ton of gold. Like, look at that, I missed that CS, missed 22 gold right there, because of a failed, not a failed gank, but something that wasn't really gonna work in the long run anyways. So, rather than getting that 22 gold, I just wasted it and went to go harass Nunu. But yeah, this is where the team realized that EC's AFK, and I was like, okay, sweet, that means me farming is a lot easier. And if you can help it, don't miss any CS, because that's really a key. Like right there, those add up. There was one down here, one right there, that's like 50 gold right there. So missing CS is just, it doesn't, it's a bad thing, let's just say that. But yeah, pretty soon here, Ezreal's gonna reconnect. And so far I'm at 12 CS, almost 13. So far, the lane is going pretty good. Obviously, with 2v1, but yeah, I can just farm uninhibited, and see that right there. That's why I'm at 1650, honestly. Like, if I was a platinum player, I wouldn't have missed any of those three. Because, yeah, it sets me 70 gold behind so far. But so far, things are going pretty good still. As you can see, the other lanes aren't doing as well, because you notice that Karthus and Ahri are actually a pretty evil farm, but top got first blooded by Nidali, and is like 5 CS down, so that's not going as well. But yeah, Ezreal just reconnected, so that's going to change the lane a tiny bit, but not really too much. This will also show you how to like zone an opponent if they DC at the start and not just let them catch up. Because if you let the people just come back to lane and start farming up, it ends up being not a big deal if they DC in the first place. But if you can manage to zone them out, then yeah, you're gonna snowball the lane. See, Soraka did a good job there by just harassing him whenever he tried to get close. And I tried to stand behind the minion line, because if you do that, then the enemy is like more pressured into staying way back. And you notice the CS score is 2 to 26 right now, because he just came back to lane like a minute ago and he hasn't been able to touch the mini wave. And this is really the power of Graves Rocket Lane in the first place. Like, if you get ahead of your enemy, they just don't know how to catch up, because they can't. I mean, with Soraka Sustain, you can just go back and pressure them all day, and you don't take much punishment for it. And as you can see, the score is 0-3, but in terms of gold, we're still ahead. Because, yeah, now it's just 1-3, and my farm is 30 above Ezreal's pretty much. And yeah, just keep zoning them all day. It's probably not the most exciting to watch a lane like this, but it's honestly, it happens in this elo. It doesn't happen like too much, But situations like this do happen. It happens to all Elos actually. Like sometimes they don't even come back. But in this case, Ezreal was trying his hardest to last hit from under the tower with his Q and long range and stuff, but it just didn't work too much. Like he did manage to get 8 CS so far, but that's just not cutting it. It's harder with the non-sustained support though. Like if he had this rock and I then knew, it might be a bit harder since he could actually like get close and not be too worried about getting harassed. But even then, it's tough in this situation. Something I do admit to messing up on though is I should be standing in front of the creep wave and taking the harass so he can't last it at all. Like letting him get those few last hits, it's not really like a skilled play. Like if I had stood in front of that creep right there, he wouldn't have got that. And he wouldn't have got most of his CS in that case. But yeah, bot lane is one of the boring lanes to cast at first, because it's mainly just a bunch of farming. Like, it's not much in terms of plays. I mean, sometimes there is, sometimes there's like early aggression and like ends up paying off. But since I have Soraka, that wasn't really a possibility. Like I just tried to zone them as much as possible, but you can't really turn that into a kill much unless like the enemy acts really stupid. And that's not really what happens in this elo. Not saying it's a good or like perfect elo or anything, but usually the enemy is at least somewhat competent. And as we can see, oh, not that. The Rumble and then Nidalee situation, that's actually, it's going better than I thought it was when I was in this game. She is 3-0, but he's keeping up in CS. She's only 5 ahead of him. So that's about like 900 gold, I'd say, maybe a bit less since the scaling starts a bit before then. So he's only 1,000 gold now, gold down considering the CS difference. And while that's a big amount early game, at least it's not like exponential. Like it's not. It is exponential, but it's not exponential as it would be if he hadn't been CSing that much. And as you can see, this farming battle just keeps ensuing, and well, I don't really miss much. Ezreal is just not able to get to the creep wave. Like I have 63 CS and he has 20, so it's a pretty big advantage. And here we notice these guys coming down a bit. Nothing new into that since we're a bit pushed. But for the most part, it also helps since, yeah, the mid and jungle didn't have to come down bot much since we didn't really need it. Ezreal just didn't need to be ganked. Because it's 66 CS to 20 CS. Let's say on average a minion gives 20, or actually no, I'm not going to go 20 gold, because if it's even, it's about, okay, yeah, 17, 23, that averages out to 20. Fair enough. Let's say you can average 20 gold per CS. 22 times 20 is 440. So you got 440 gold from CSing, and it's like 834 in. So that would be about, I don't know, 500 gold from passive? I'd say around 500 gold from passive, just, yeah, from just waiting. GP5, GP10, whatever you want to call it. So he has about 1,000 gold right now. I have double that gold. So he's not really in a good position here. As we can see in that Maokai tried to come bot and make something, but it just wasn't going to happen. Because Ezreal doesn't have his ult still, and he's just trying to farm ups and all that stuff. And the creep score is, it keeps rising too. Because of the zoning, the difference, it used to be like 20, 30, it's now like 50. So that's how you just like, you don't let them get back up, you don't let them do anything. Once you're ahead, you have to stay ahead. And another thing is, like, you see that Rumble, he's kind of feeding a bit. You don't take the time to tell him he's feeding, because he knows he's feeding. But taking the time to say that, if I had done that, I would have missed probably like 4 CS from the time it took to type. It overall decreases your value to the team, both morally and financially. Because taking the time to type, if it's not some short thing like good job or well played or go here, do this, it's just not necessary. You just don't need to type it because there's no point. Like that, that's 6 characters. And this will let the team know that, like, their Ezreal's really behind and that they don't really need to care about him later in the game. Because, yeah, it's growing above a 50 CS difference. Because he had to back there. And I believe this is where I first back. Maybe not. Yeah, it is. I made a mistake in backing though. I have 2,500 gigabit gold, so I should have gotten a BF sword, but instead I bought like the standard getup of some Dorans and boots and Vamp Scepter, and I really messed up by buying a dagger here, which I just bought a dagger. Yeah. In this case, I should have bought a few more wards. I think. Yeah, Soraka only has 2 wards in her inventory, so it's always best to get some extra to help him out. So I should have bought wards into the dagger, since the dagger doesn't really help me much until I'm getting a zeal, which is in like 2,000 gold or so from now. So it would have helped a bit more. But instead of getting this setup, I should have gotten, with 2,500 gold, give a bit, a BF sword, a Vamp Scepter, and then a dagger would be a good choice. And if I had enough gold for a ward, I can then get a ward. Because I have a Soraka, I don't really need potions. See, that just healed all that harass up. But yeah, Ezreal managed to go back and get 2 Doran's Blades. So while I'm way ahead of him, it would have been a really huge advantage if I was able to get that BF and Vamp Scepter and dagger. Because that would make everything just better than his. And I would be able to zone him a lot easier because I would have more damage on my auto attacks, etc, etc. So that was a misplay on my part, but it didn't really matter too much, because I can still just zone Ezreal. His items are still really, like, worse than mine. And you notice this Maokai comes bot a lot, but he can't make anything happen, because we just are in good positions to not get caught. Even though Soraka did just have to burn her flash, that's okay. And here they just both wasted their ults. Some action happening here, but if I can recall, nothing really happens from this. I don't know why the card was down here in the first place, but I guess he was trying to make something happen or come counter gank, but it just wasn't working out because of the whole 4v3 thing. But yeah, we haven't really had any ganks go off either way in this lane so far. And here, we really shouldn't have gone in, because it just didn't do anything. Like, nobody died, nothing happened, and you can see all this farm just going. Like, 2 there, and actually like 2 other ones died while I was looking up here. That's like 100 gold loss for nothing really happening. So you gotta, like, judge the risks and rewards of what you do. And yeah, you can see here that it's about a 61 CS difference now. So yeah, I keep mentioning CS because it's really important. That's what AD carries live and breathe, and that's what your main goal should be. It's just keep getting ahead in CS. Well, my CS is the triple digits, his is still 47. Like, he's going through nothing later. And as an AD carry, you're going to want to have, like, better CS than anyone else in the game. Even if there is a card this